Hey you guys, it's Nessa or Nessa Ellison, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be installing a synthetic for the first time in a very long time, and this is the first time I'm doing it with glue. This is the first time I'm going to have it on my head for more than like 12 hours, because usually with synthetic wigs, it's like I'm quick to take it off, but it's not one of those wigs that's overly shiny. And so I'm really excited to show you guys. To get started, I'm gonna go in with Eben Wanderlace's skin protectant. I know we don't support this brand, but I told you guys in my last video, I just have to finish it. I have already gone in with one layer before filming this, so 2 layers is like what does well for me. Last time I did the mistake of spraying it and wiping it off, because that is what it says on the container, but I find that when I don't wipe it off, it's better, because I wiped it off and look, there's literally a mark on my forehead. I don't know, like I can't even speak too much on that, but don't wipe it off. But let's just see this unit. It is from LuxLuxe Hair. It's a synthetic wig. It comes with its tag with all its information. Her name is Edith. Edith is a 13x4, and we can get this from LuxLuxe Hair. And I absolutely love her. She's been like with me for a while. I've been like holding out on installing her because I'm like, I need to film this for you guys, but my last install was eating the girls down, so I was like, I need to do that too. Just off the bat, this is a little smaller, but I think that's a good thing. And so this is the construction. Like you guys can even tell it's smaller because like there's a lot more pulling going on, so it's not big head friendly, so you definitely need to do a breakdown or something of that sort. But it does have the clip right here, and I think that's the only clip it has. Oh no, I lied. It has the clip on the sides as well. So where is it? These clips on the sides, and then this clip at the bottom, and then it's just all lace, 13x4. And when it says 13x4, it is this kind of 13x4, and it even comes with like baby hairs. I'm anxious, but I'm excited at the same time. Instructions, it comes with some hair care instructions and all the information you may need for this. In this can, in this bottle, so I put the skin tint is actually in this container right here. It used to be an aroma pillow mist, but I've since, so I'm just flipping it inside out like so, and I'm gonna spray the lace tint. You already see the difference. Is giving, I mean, not transparent, I said it's HD, like you guys can literally see it transform. And I am going to just set this aside because I told you guys last video that I put some ointment or hair grease on my edges. It helps with not losing so much because there's still friction even if you don't put glue directly on there. So I've actually been making my own hair butter. It's been a really great process. I do trust that it works because I do prefer natural products anyway. So this is what's in it, that multi-butter hair pomade from Botanicals. It has jojoba, amla oil, lots of great things. I ended up adding some shea butter just to thicken it up. I also added green tea leaves and moringa. And one thing that is very important is that I always moisturize my hair, and I take pride in that because the protective style isn't really protective if you're not protecting it, if you're not moisturizing it, if you're not giving it TLC under your wigs, under whatever you've got going on, under your head wrap, right? So I do have a hair rinse that I made. I didn't include it in this video, but I do use it. And then I put this hair butter right on top. The hair butter looks kind of thick. I feel like it's not. It almost has a whipped consistency once you put it on your finger, but whatever. I'm going in with the first layer. You don't need to do a lot. Thin layers. This is Bond Baby, by the way. I realized after editing this that I never showed you guys the container, but this is Bond Baby Active for oily skin. And it literally took 1 minute for this to dry. When I was editing this, 1 minute and 3 seconds, couple milliseconds for this to dry. So this is the second layer. And yeah, the first layer wasn't completely dry, but it's dry enough and I'm not applying it right on top, I'm applying it slightly before. So this layer is kind of thick though, so what I ended up doing is smearing it right after. This isn't a different layer, it's just me smearing it with the tip of that glue. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys a little later how I actually made the lace tint, kind of walk you through it a little better when we get to the lace tint part. But this lace, this wig, this unit is very snug. And so if you have, let's say, locks underneath, if you have thicker hair, it might be a hassle. You really have to get it flat because I have literally low porosity, low density, and my hair is in braids. And this was still very snug on my head. So just keep that in mind because, yeah, I wouldn't say that it's big head friendly. So I'm just patting it in just to see where it really sits. This isn't the final layer of glue. I'm going to go in with one more. I do 3 layers when I'm just trying to do casual wear, but when I know I'm going somewhere, it's usually 4. So I'm clipping my hair back just to have better vision, better access to what I need to do. The very first thing I'm going to do is to cut the lace because I want to do it in sections. I feel like it works better that way. It wasn't coming out, I don't know why, but we ended up getting it sorted, don't worry. This was kind of a thick layer. I was kind of heavy-handed with this section. Don't be this heavy-handed. Don't be like me. Follow all the other sections I show you. But this one was a little thick, took a little longer to dry. By the way, I'm doing this at like 11 p.m. By the time I'm at this third layer or starting this third layer, it's probably midnight, really. So, it's don't do this because you're going to end up spending more time. Thinner layers equal less time actually. So, let's work with the thinner layers. So this took some fanning, but we ended up getting it clear enough. I actually didn't get it clear all the way, and so I'm going to show you a trick that I use. You shouldn't do this, just wait, just use thinner layers. But in the case that you accidentally use a thicker layer, this is something that I do. Literally just be very, very light-handed because if you're too heavy-handed, the glue will seep through the lace and everything that basically rubs against your lace will tack down on that glue and it's just not going to look cute. It's not going to look cute, guys. So follow my instructions. So you see how those dots right there are kind of like the glue? What I do is I slightly smear it just like that. And then I kind of push it into the hair where it kind of gives it like as if I put spritz on my hair. That's the effect I feel like it gives. But to avoid that, just go with thinner layers. This layer right here also dried in real time. I'm literally gonna let you guys see it dry. So I'm gonna put that layer of glue on and you guys are literally gonna see how quick this dries. I've never had a glue dry this quick. And mind you, like I went out and bought this glue in hopes that it just worked because I've had weird experiences with glue. The only thing that happened was like that thing I showed you earlier on my forehead. But this glue is really good. Like, literally, I'm fanning it. Watch this in real time. 1 minute, 14 seconds, this whole clip. Do you see that? Do you see that? Just like that, we're done. So now I'm using the back of that makeup brush. The only reason I did this was because I couldn't find my rat tail comb. I actually still haven't found it. Um, it's a little worrying because I do use my rat tail comb for a lot of things, but for the synthetic wig, I haven't had to use it. And it's still on my head till this day, so I'm pretty cool off that. Another thing is that when you use that makeup brush, you'll be able to see, you see how that makeup that or like the lace tint that I put, it's kind of smearing onto the makeup brush. So I actually ended up switching brushes for the next section because I don't want it to be tacky, gunky. It just helps with that. So this is the last of the three sections, the last of the layers. Very light. We're not doing too much. Like always, I'm fanning it just like all the other sections. And we are going to use that other makeup brush just to smear it down. I like to make sure that, they're even because you wouldn't want your hairline to be right next to your ear in one and then right next to your eyebrow in the other. So I kind of try and even it out. It's okay if it's not perfect because, like, life isn't perfect. Who cares? But I do like to make sure they're somewhat even, somewhat symmetrical, asymmetrical, if you will, but good enough. So now I'm just clipping that hair back again just to have better vision, better line of sight, better control. I'm gonna put that band on, not for long. Really, it wasn't for long, maybe like 15 minutes. There's a myth that you cannot pluck a synthetic wig. And that's not true. What's true is that you definitely need to be a little more gentle because unlike human hair wigs, which are human hair is much thinner than fiber because that's what synthetic hair is. And so fiber versus hair are two different thicknesses. And so you definitely need to keep that into consideration. You need to be a little lighter handed. You need to be light handed in order to properly pluck a synthetic wig. You need to be gentle. You need to be patient. You can't just pluck away like you would with a human hair wig. I still use the method of pluck, skip, pluck. And around the edges, I still pluck a little more because I do want it to somewhat mimic what my natural hair has going on. I took that off. I don't know why I didn't look excited in this clip because looking back at this, girl, that is giving. It is eating the girls up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, supper, snack time, nap time, all of that. So now I'm just using my scissors to cut this and not to worry because I will go back and make some adjustments. But with this lace particularly, I feel like the scissors was a great go-to because it wasn't as thin as I thought it would be. I just go in a little more just to get it as close to the hair as possible. I feel like it looks so much better when you cut closest to the lace. I mean, closest to the hair. And I understand sometimes it's like kind of painful just because the glue's already dried. And that's why you can't really cut more lace. But if you can, go ahead and do it because it will look so much better in all lighting. And with this step right here, you could use alcohol. I wouldn't recommend it. I've just used a paper towel with some warm water on it, not too much, and literally just start wiping. And that's literally how I get that gunk off my forehead. You could use alcohol, like I said, but alcohol is very abrasive. And for somebody like me who's very heavy handed, it's really easy for me to irritate my skin. And that's exactly why I have that line on my forehead from the previous wig. And so please just stay away as much as you can, of course, from using alcohol. I got all of this off my face with literally water, H2O. We do not need a lot. We do not need too much. We keep it very simple over here, very classy. I'm not going to say the word. Now we are using the spritz spray. You guys know I like the blue one. There's really no preference, but this is the one that I always go for. I have used the purple one as well. No reason as to why I didn't repurchase, just because I saw the blue one and I wanted to try it, and it gave me no problems. If it's not broke, I don't fix it. So I'm just patting that in. I like to put it on my finger and pat it into the lace, especially with the synthetic unit, because we don't want product that we can't necessarily wash out. And of course you can wash out a synthetic wig, but let's just be honest, it's going to change the texture, the quality, and all of that of the hair of the unit. So I try to stay away from having to do too much with the hair. This is the concealer that I used to mix with my lace tint, and this is also the concealer that I'm going to use to blend that into my hair. Look at that, y'all. Look at the blend. You really don't need a lot. I would say start small, and when I say small, start really small and build up from there, because if you have your brush too wet, it's going to look bad. I'm just going to be honest, it's not going to look great. But if you have just a little bit you want to build up on, and that's literally what I did, because at first it wasn't showing and then it ended up showing. I loved it. And guys, it's just eating. It's just eating. And this is what it ended up turning out like. And I absolutely love it. I don't know. I kind of wanted to leave it like this, but I was like, let me do an edge, just because if you know me, you know I always have some type of edge going on. So I was like, let me try an edge. This right here, I don't know if I won the battle, because the battle could have won me. It took a little back and forth because I literally just figured out how to do human hair edges, and so synthetic hair edges is level 2 actually, and I have not reached that level yet, and so I'm still working on it. This hair would not lay on my face, or like it just wouldn't lay, it just kept lifting, and so I kind of gave up on it, but you guys will literally see how many times I tried to like cut, get more hair, lay it, add mousse, spritz, all of that. What helped the most was spritz, because I was able to mold the hair and then kind of tease it to fluff up. But if anybody has tips on how to do synthetic hair edges like the human hair edges, because I've seen it done, I just I just don't know how to do it. And I mean, now I could go watch a tutorial, but if you have the answer, just let me know down below, please. One of my coworkers asked me, how long does it take for you to get your hair like this good looking? And I was like, ma'am, I mean, it took me like 15 minutes, because all I do is put the wig on, you know? Obviously, the wig process does not take me 15 minutes, maybe like 30 on a good day. This kind of could have taken 20 minutes. This could have taken 20 minutes, but because I was filming and I'm actually walking you guys through the steps and I'm not using a blow dryer, it took a little longer. But 30 minutes max is what my installs take, unless it's like I have to curl and do all this stuff, straighten all that stuff, because I'm not a pro at that. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I like curly hair. It's lazy, it's quick, it's fun, it's fast, it's cute. But when it comes to hair that's already styled like synthetic wigs, girl, that literally could take me 15 minutes, if even that. And the 15 minutes, I'm talking about installing it. Every morning since I put this wig on, I've literally taken maybe 5 to 7 minutes to do this. I literally just fix the edges and I walk out the door. And I put some clips in because I don't want my hair in my face at work. That's it. Hello. It's super easy. This is like cheat code, natural hair cheat code. So you guys, this is literally how it came out. I'm absolutely in love with the outcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. If you want to check this hair out, again, it is from LuxLuxe Hair, luxlux.com, and you could get this. I love you guys. Bye. Peace. Mwah.